Greetings. I am Paya, honored daughter of the House of Barilla and heir to the throne, at your service. And today, we are playing some more Rimworld. Now, I decided that I should probably use the... I ended up using the Paya model for like half of last stream. I usually either do the stream fully in one model or fully in the other, but last time I remembered that I had it. So I was just like, I should probably use the Paya model a bit more because I just have never gotten into the habit of using it. And so here we are. I'll be using it maybe for the rest of the Rimworld, who knows? But yes, especially since I have a new model coming in, you know, however many months until the, you know, commission is done, who knows? It's a lot of work to make a model, so it will take a while. But either way, I have probably like, I don't know, around 4 to 6 months to use this model before I'm going to be switching out to the new model. So it's probably good to fit this one in here at some point, because I really did not get as much use out of it as I thought I would, because I just got so used to the other model. But either way, we are back to Rimworld, as you know, always. And we still have a guy that's out caravanning right now. He's coming back home, but he'll be, yeah, another day and a half. Hopefully his sanity lasts until then, because he does not seem to be doing too hot. But, yeah. All in all, not a whole lot happening. We have our Ghoul, who is very powerful, because, you know, the plating and the barbs makes him very strong. And actually, it's good we checked here, because now we can see the genes are about to... There we go. And, oh, we need to turn this back on. Reconnect. Void, I do not care too much about your sleep, so go turn that back on. Thank you. And then this. We'll do insert person you. And you should just go in. Yeah. Alright, so we have a few things we want extracted. Is your food still going down? It is. That's a problem. But it shouldn't be an issue. This should be done long before the food runs out. And apparently, even after a ghoul's food sources run out, it still takes a certain amount of time before it'll actually go all berserk at you. So, it's probably a good thing. Exotic goods trader. Our trading guy isn't home yet. That is unfortunate. We'll have to use Void. He's our second best. Go trade with him. I also had to get a new... Well, not a new. I had to switch out my mouse for another mouse I had around the place. And, it's always weird switching to a different mouse. It just feels wrong, you know? So, I think we already have a jump packs thing coming in the, you know, the caravan that's coming home, so we don't have to worry about that. Is there anything we want from you guys? You're not selling bioferrite. You're not selling anything we really need. So, yeah, I don't think, well, ageless and tox immunity. I don't know if we need tox immunity. I really wish that it would just give us the gene packs, you know, of the architect genes without all of the extra BS it throws on there. It's just like, ah yes, this one gives you the gene that you want, but it also gives you some other gene that you're not really going to be needing. Because when does tox immunity really come up? I mean, there's certain enemies like wasters that might have like tox packs, but still, like, it's a very niche thing. It doesn't come up very often. The only time I could see it really being like a big to-do is either if there's a toxic fallout, and then that might be useful to just let your people be outside more often, but even so, you just leave them under roofs and they're fine. Or if there's a toxic spewer, I think they're called, which is the mechanoid device that makes the whole area toxic, like a toxic fallout. So those are the only situations I could see Tox immunity being useful, and to have them just throw it in with Ageless is kind of BS. It's like, what? Why can't you just let me have my thing? I wish you would. But let's sell all the sculptures because we don't need them, and we want their money. Where's the money? There's the money. Get the money indoors. But yeah, definitely my mouse movements are gonna be a bit more awkward. Is that person just named Thighs? Like, what? We've been seeing some weird names recently. Honestly, there was that one guy last time that's his entire name was just O, and then there's this person named Thighs. Like, what is that about? Ooh, Ghoul Resurrection. Good. We need to make one of those. But I guess I don't know what else we can get. We can just get this, I guess. That was all we were doing with the advanced research, really. I'm a little lost after that, but let's see here. If we can select Ebos, how do we need to make the serum. Where do you make this serum? Do you just make it here like the other stuff? Doesn't look like it. So where, wait, you can connect tool cabinets to a crafting spot? All right. Just like, ah, yes, I have these 2 giant cabinets full of tools that cost 200 steel each. Now it's time to sit on the floor and use these tools. Just this little square on the floor. That makes sense. So where do we make the serums? I guess I can go here, here, and then here, and it'll tell me serum lab. It doesn't help me. What is a serum lab? I don't think I've ever made one of those before. Is that MISC? Is that anomaly? Serum lab. Oh my goodness. That is expensive. What the heck? And it takes a shard as well? What the heck? I can't afford that. I don't even have enough bioferrite for that. Although I guess I actually do, because I have almost 70 in here already. So yeah, if we just eject that, then that'll get us to that point. But we need more steel, which means we need to turn this back on. Man, that is no good. Turn this back on. And this, we need to melt the slag. I think we still have slag around, right? Yeah, we still got plenty of slag. We can also deconstruct this if we wanted. It would add a bunch of wealth. Ooh, and actually there's also things like these that we can deconstruct. Same with, no, that's marble. All of this is marble. These you can deconstruct, but then we'd have to deal with the people inside, and I don't really want to do that. All of this is steel. What about no, that's slate. The urns are steel. So yeah, we can deconstruct like all of this. Yeah, no, it's very disorienting using a new mouse. You know, you gotta get used to the new, you know, sensitivity of it and just how it moves. I also needed to use something else as a mouse pad, because evidently the, reduced pain, I mean, it's not really useful. Are we able to sell it, though? Where's Void? Is he running up? He's running up there. Is anyone left at home? No, even Paya's out. Okay. Can somebody... Oh yeah, you need to move that into... No, don't. Oh, I guess we can sell it from there, probably. Now, who is the vendor here? Go talk to them. I want to see if I can sell Pain Dull, because we don't need that. We don't need that at all. First of all, if we wanted somebody who doesn't feel pain, we would just give them a pain blocker. It's not that expensive. It's not hard to do. I think we can even make one, because it doesn't take much crafting, and so our crafting inept people would probably be able to do it. But even so, it won't help our ghouls, and the ghouls are the ones that we're collecting all of this stuff for right now. Did I never get rid of all the floors on the map? Because there's still floors here. And in here. I think I got rid of most of the floors at the beginning. It's usually what I do. But I guess I didn't get rid of all that flagstone. I don't think it actually contributes any wealth, because flagstone doesn't give anything back when you destroy it. Stanley 5 is just collapsed due to extreme exhaustion, but why? Like, why didn't you sleep? Caravans are always a bit weird. Like, they always come back hungry and tired, and it's just like, sure, it would probably mean you move a little bit slower, but why don't you just take the time to actually eat and sleep while you're out there? It's like they get close enough to the village and they just stop caring about their own mood and just start completely neglecting themselves. It's no good. Alright, now we just gotta wait another long while. Gene lost shock. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, we need to wait for the genes to regrow again. Oh, Morg is pregnant again. Good. Hopefully we don't get another cube, because that evidently causes us to lose all the children in the entire place, because children like fighting muffalos when the cube is destroyed. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure that everything will go swimmingly this time. Alright, we're just slowly pulling the stuff off these guys, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, we got some steel from there, didn't we? I think we did. I think we bought some steel on the way home. Alright, so this guy will be crafting. Oh, but he's crafting these first. That's fine. We need these for Ebos. We need the serum lab. I think we can afford it now. No. Why can't we afford it? What did it? Oh, you just used all the bioferrite on that. That makes sense. I was gonna say. Alright, we should suspend the barbs, just so you don't spend all our bioferrite on that as well. Yeah, we don't have enough for the serum lab now. 'Tis sad. It's only a matter of time until we get more from these guys, but I would have liked to get Ebos back. But I forgot I queued these up, and that those would take all our bioferrite. And then we still need even more bioferrite, right? Because to make this itself, yeah, it takes 20. And twisted meat, which we have plenty of right now, luckily. I just hope Andra doesn't decide to eat all of it before, you know, the end. You know, I also don't like that it always pops up this opportunity thing. I know it does it probably just like at midnight, but at the same time, it's like, it would be a lot more helpful if you had just, you know, told me that in the middle of the day. Not in the middle of the night when I can't really do anything about it. Oh, they're doing a party now, huh? Paya, wake up, there's a party happening. Thank you. But yeah, my other mouse, honestly, my other mouse was not that old. It was like, I don't know, 6 months, maybe. And I don't know, maybe up to 8 months. It's been a little bit, I don't quite remember. But it hasn't even been a year yet. And that other mouse, it had some wearing at the wire between like where the wire connects into the mouse. And so it was very annoying because it's like the mouse, it was a wired mouse. It's supposed to last a long time, and then it just didn't. All right. 45% chance for it to be fun. That's good enough odds. Oh, of course Void is insulting people. Why are you doing that? Why are you? I've never understood. Yeah, and now you're insulting them again. Why? I really hate when the pawns just don't get along for no reason, you know? They just hate each other, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just, they just do. Because, like, why would you? It's not like they're ugly or annoying voice or anything like that. There's no reason that you shouldn't like this person. And of course here, literally the only reason they dislike each other is because he insulted her. That's it. And he doesn't even dislike her. You know? They have a decent opinion of each other as acquaintances, and then he just goes in and is just like, yo mama sucks. And it's just like, why would you say that? What, in what world does that... I don't understand. I don't get it. It wasn't even an insulting spree, it wasn't anything. He just randomly decided, you know what, screw you. Screw you in particular, for no reason. Because, you know, I want my pawns to get along, personally. I think that that would be a good thing. Actually, we should move this closer to the door. But yeah, the mouse is really weird. It doesn't track as well as the other one, or it moves faster. I don't know. Higher sensitivity. Who's to say? But I can't really do things as reactively with it. Additionally, as I said, I had to do a different thing for the mouse pad because apparently this the little laser at the bottom of the mouse is a bit racist because it doesn't actually track onto any lighter colors at all. Like my earlier mouse pad had kind of lighter and darker portion because it has a pattern on it. So it has some, I'd say probably like 60% of it was just black around the edges, but then the center had a logo on it and that was white. And so with this mouse, anytime it went over the logo, it would stop. It would stop tracking because apparently this laser is only tuned to a black mouse pad, nothing else. So it was a problem. I had to then switch that mouse pad for what I'm doing right now is I literally just have a laptop that has like a black carry case thing, you know, like one of those soft padded carrying sacks. I don't know what you call it even, but it's just like a plush cover around a laptop and it's pure black, completely dark. So this mouse can actually track onto it. And it does track very well now, but it's just weird that it doesn't track any other color. It's like those sinks, you know, the little sensor sinks, which I don't understand why they need to turn on a sink with a sensor. Like just have a little knob that you turn or pull or push or whatever to turn on the water. It's not that difficult. But sometimes those sensors are tuned specifically to certain colors. Depending on what the sink's color is and what your skin color is, it can sometimes just not register that there is something there. And so it's kind of the same thing with this mouse. It just did not register certain colors, and it was very weird. So yeah, but I got it working, luckily, because the other mouse was having issues. First of all, it's like middle click, hold and drag, like if I was doing this, didn't work that well anymore. For some reason, it was slowly, each button in turn was starting to break. So first it was the right click, where sometimes right clicking on something, like if I can find something to right click on, yeah, like this, it would sometimes double right click. And I think that was a mouse issue. It was really only coming up in Rimworld for some reason. But I think it might have just been that was the only place that it cared if it double right-clicked. So that was happening for a good while of that issue. And then the middle click just recently, like yesterday, started stuttering. So if I'd hold it and try to drag it, it would sometimes just stop holding it for a few seconds. And that made it really bad. So if I was holding it and going in a circle like this, it would end up making progress moving off to the left because it would, you know, I would move it this way and then off to the left, and then it would stop doing it for this area and then more to the left and then stop and then more to the left. And then it's like, if I am moving it in a circle while consistently holding it, it shouldn't be making progress somewhere because it should be continually holding it, but it wasn't. It was very annoying. So yeah, I had to replace the mouse at that juncture. Because if I can't even effectively, like, move the camera around in Rimworld, or in any game that uses middle click to move the camera, then it's just kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I've told you, Void, not to eat the raw human meat. Why do you do that? I hate you so much. Okay, I guess we have to go in here and specifically, because last time what I did was I just said no raw food. I guess what I'm gonna have to do is specifically say no raw human meat. Because the issue was, by saying no raw food, it made it so the caravans that brought the raw rice with them and gathered like raw berries and stuff, they were starving because they weren't eating the raw food they brought with them or gathered during the thing, which it's fine if they eat raw food and maybe get food poisoning on a caravan. That's an extenuating circumstance. But for you to just be like, ah yes, I feel like I want to have some human meat because cannibal trait, just randomly, it's really dumb. Because bro, you are giving yourself, this is the second time you have given yourself food poisoning and made yourself just absolutely useless for anything for like a whole day because you just felt like having some human meat. Like, no, don't do that. I don't care if it makes you a little happier, where it's just like, oh yes, raw cannibalism. It's like, no, I don't give a crap. Just stop giving yourself food poisoning, please. Like, come on. I mean, I know that your daughter died, but, you know, that's the cube's fault. That's not... drowning your sorrows in raw human meat isn't going to solve your issues, my man. Especially because I don't know how you could be upset about your daughter dying, but at the same time, eat raw human meat. Like, you'd think that you'd be sitting there looking at it like, ah yes, this is the thing my dead daughter was made of. And then you'd probably not want to eat it. I'm just saying. Alright, we got some foxes. They're not the worst. We're still gonna send you out with them. Probably Paya as well, because she needs to get her shooting up. Alright, you two are just gonna stand back behind this cover. And the ghoul is gonna go ahead and try to kill these guys. Oh, wow. Who the heck did that? That was a good shot. That was the assault rifle. It was literally shot through the heart. And you're to blame. Alright, Ghoul, you are not getting up here fast enough. Move, please. Ghoul, I swear you are the worst at intercepting enemies. The absolute worst. This is like the third time a ghoul has gone in a big old roundabout circle to try to intercept an enemy and failed horrifically. Like, why are they so freaking bad at it? Okay, we need to do a split up tactic. Okay, now Morg is getting involved. You need to move quicker, please. Because, yeah, I rely on the ghoul to be able to intercept the enemies before they reach my units, my gunmen. But at the same time, the ghoul, being really dumb, can't ever actually just walk in a straight line toward the enemy, because that's all they need to do. I think what it's trying to do is, like, it's trying to avoid the slowdown things on the ground, and so if, like, the enemy is right here, and I tell them to go and attack it, they'll try to, like, run around all the stuff to get to it. But the enemy is going this way to chase someone, and so by going around, then you're here when it's here, and then you start having to go this way and you can't catch up to it because I don't have bionic legs for you yet. So, like, it just doesn't work out. So the frickin' pathing screws us over every time because it thinks we're trying to be efficient movement-wise, but I just need you to walk in a straight line to intercept the enemy, you know? That's all you need to do. We could try to do the distress signal, honestly. We don't have any good armor for this guy, but if this guy and the ghoul were to go... Where is the distress signal? Right here? Yeah, it's not bad. Because that can have some really good loot there. You can have, like, a shard. You can have Archotech bionics sometimes, I think. You can have, not persona weapons, but, like, unique weapons. And all of that can be at these distress signals. So I do like to try to do those when possible. And normally, they're pretty tough, but if we send the ghoul in, then first of all, the ghoul can just eat the corpses of the things it kills. It has pretty much infinite regeneration. It has the barbs on it. So honestly, I don't think it would be a big deal to send the ghoul in and just have it rip and tear. And we'd have this guy with a charge rifle in the back as backup. So that might be doable. We'll wait until the morning and then send that out. Because it just has too much good loot to not do it, and I think the ghoul will make it rather low risk, you know? Because we'll send the ghoul in melee, have that guy just be backup, try to do it slowly and steadily, you know, just wipe out the threat in the area. Ooh, trade ship. Okay. You need to go talk to the trade ship. Yeah, I think we can do that. Now, last time I tried to do one of those places, it ended up having a... How do we have 500 steel? Yeah, we got a lot of that very quickly. But that's good, because we can turn off the thing again. But yeah, last time I tried to clear out one of those distress signals, it did not go well. Not at all. Because there was a ambush. And that was very bad for my health. And if we lose the ghoul, that's kind of us losing a large portion of our defense. Oh, do you have any bioferrite by any chance? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, they're not willing to even buy bioferrite. 'Tis sad. But alright, we can sell the uranium, because I don't think we need that for anything specifically. We can sell nothing else. We can buy components. It's probably worthwhile. And surprisingly, I think we have enough steel for the next while. I mean, buying more steel would probably just boost up our wealth even more. And that is probably unnecessary. So yeah, let's just get that. Oh yeah, and we have this giant meteor of gold. I forgot about that. We'll mine that eventually, when we actually have someone who can mine. Yeah, I do wish we had 2 ghouls. I'd feel a lot more secure if we were able to bring 2 ghouls into the place to clear it out. But we just don't have the bioferrite for that. Because let's see, we have 45 plus about 10 and 10. So, yeah, that's not nearly enough. That's only a little over, what, like 65, 66? Somewhere around there. We need, what, like 70, 80 for building the thing itself? 80, yeah. Oh, and a combat supplier. Hopefully they have more charge rifles. Where are they coming from? Over here. Yeah, I feel like this mouse is a little floaty, you know? It isn't as precise as the last mouse, which is a little upsetting. Yeah, no charge rifles. There's a sniper rifle, but I feel like those aren't that useful, except for in situations where the enemies are waiting. You know, if they wait before attacking, then that can actually be pretty nice, but all in all, not the best. So I don't think we need to really do anything here. We could sell packaged survival meals, but probably not. How can I get this mouse to be less floaty? Is that a DPI issue? No. I mean, if it's lower DPI, it's hard. It's easier to control, but still just as floaty. I don't know why. It just feels less precise. It might just be because I have like a larger mouse pad and unfamiliar sensitivity. Could very well just be that. We have a lot of horses. How's our... The nutrition consumption is definitely too high in here. We need to do another caravan to sell some horses. Did anyone grab the other horse that was out here? I would assume they did. I just never really paid attention to if they were doing that or not. But yeah, we could get more wood for more sculptures, for more money, I suppose. I am always hesitant to just chop down like another couple thousand wood, just because that's more like empty wealth, but I need to be able to sell things to make more money, to do more trips out to, you know, get more good stuff. Because we still have a lot of things we need to buy. Like charge rifles. Also, I know this guy's name is Anarchist, which first of all, that is not a very good name. Like, your parents must have hated you, you know? Or you must, maybe that wasn't your birth name. Maybe you were just like a very crazy kid, and so your parents decided to change your name when you were like 3 to Anarchist, because they're just like, ah, this kid is crazy, let's just name him that. But at first glance, I thought it said Antichrist, and I was like, man, that is an unfortunate name. Now that would be, you know, a very sucky name. Your parents would have to really hate you to name you Antichrist, because, man, you must have been a menace when you were a kid. But either way, we should possibly go sell horses. Because if they stay in here too long, they're going to eat all the grass. And we don't want that. But this guy did just get back from a trip. You know, we could try to do both at the same time. But night is approaching again. That's fine. Because we need to go up here, I think. Yeah, we've never been to here. We were just here, so yeah, this is still a long ways away from being done. But we could go up like this way, and then up this way, and be able to do both trips at once. But we need to bring the Ghoul the whole way, and that would be a little difficult. Though this Ghoul doesn't eat as much as the other Ghoul does, because it has the genetic lowered hunger rate. So that's kind of nice. Speaking of which, 10 more days until we can get your genes again. Still have like 2 more genes we need out of you. Yeah, let's not grab as much of this. Just enough to have a good supply of wood. Alright, you're suppressing this again. Probably a good idea. But when you're out, we're gonna need to have somebody else suppressing it. Or deactivate it. But we need 2 shards for that, and we just don't have that. Ooh, we should plant some cotton. Because I just realized we're in, like, the mid-game, and we still don't have the better recreation things. So we don't need very much, we just need enough to eventually be able to put down, like, you know, one of them pool tables and poker table things. Probably good for recreation. Yeah, and this, remember we can turn that off. I just noticed our batteries are running low because of it. Alright, good. Now it's morning. You're still asleep, but we're gonna say, screw that. What we need to also do is make a bedroll. We don't have cloth. We can make it out of... Do we have enough fox fur? No. Enough dread leather? No. We can't make a bedroll. Okay, that's fine. We'll just He'll just go without it, you know? He's gone without bedrolls before. Alright, so we're going first to that place. We're taking the ghoul with us. Hopefully with all of this, all these people off the map, it won't throw anything too difficult at us. We're just bringing 3 horses, maybe less if I don't have as much I need to carry. Yeah, we don't have to carry all that much at all. We just need to bring our silver. Because I wanna be able to trade at the place, but we don't have anything really to sell. So, oh, we do have this one statue, so we can probably reduce the number of animals to reduce our visibility. Although, yeah, that 3rd horse doesn't increase our movement by that much, but the 2nd horse really does. So, we'll bring 2 horses. Travel time 0.3 days to get there. Yeah, and do we bring enough meat? We're bringing some meat. Could probably bring more. But it is, yeah, it does rot pretty quick. We will just hope that we can find enough meat at the place for the ghoul. And the ghoul, as I said, doesn't get hungry as quickly, and they do have up to double the stomach capacity of a normal human. So they should be alright. It's not like you can forage meat, though. Although if we get ambushed, that is just delivering meat straight into the ghoul's waiting mouth, which I think would be pretty efficient. Alright, now let's go. So hopefully this goes well. I think the ghoul will be able to handle the distress signal. You know, I'm confident in the ghoul's abilities, because it has the plating, it has the barbs, it's a hussar, so it has really high hit rate. And if we just take it slow, kill all the existing enemies, back them up with the pulse rifle, we should be alright. Right? I think so. Worst case scenario, we just get him out of here and we make a new ghoul. You know? It sounds a bit rude, but it's true. Are you gonna have to sleep before? No, you're not. You're probably gonna be able to get there. Hopefully. All right. So let's see what we got here. Not a whole lot. Not yet. As I said, last time I did one of these, it opened a pit gate somewhere here. I don't even know if that was what it's called. It's one of these pit burrows. And a bunch of these flesh things came out of it. And so even though I had a person that was able to handle individual ones of these, it was still a bit of a problem in the end. Alright, so you eat. Eventually. Okay, good. Now you're gonna come with me, and we're gonna clear this place out slowly and effectively, having a frontline ghoul and a backline pulse charge rifle. I keep saying pulse rifle, that's not what it's called. Alright, you're just gonna go and attack that. That shouldn't do very much to you. You can hide behind this wall like a big wimp, because that's what you have to be, because you can't regenerate. The ghoul can regenerate indefinitely. I'm pretty sure nothing here can have enough DPS to be able to kill the ghoul in like one hit. So oh. I've never seen one of these get downed before. Usually they're just dead. But yeah, definitely just destroy it entirely, just so it can't get up later and attack us. Alright. Now we have one of you, which one of you is actually useful because you don't get fully destroyed when you die, and thus the ghoul can eat you. And there's a bunch of corpses around, and pemmican. So we have food for our normal guy and food for our ghoul. The tri-spike should also be no problem. So move on up. We want to keep the ranged guy kind of within range of the ghoul, just because if a pit gate opens, we want the ghoul to be able to back up and attack the enemies. Manhunter pack. That's back at our other base. Okay. Tortoises. Yeah, this is going to be difficult, because now we have 2 bases to handle all at once. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to cut off our guys from the outside world here. Because that's usually how you handle Manhunter packs. This isn't too active just yet, so this will at least buy us some time, so we can deal with the combat over here, and then go back and handle the Manhunter pack. Yep, that's what happened last time. But luckily that is way over on the other side of the map, and so we don't have to worry too— oh gosh, it's a lot of them though. Andra, you'd better heal up quick-like, because these guys— I don't know how tough these actually are. They have tough in the name, so I assume decently tough. But you're between them and our pulse rifle for now. Okay, not that bad. One of them's down. Why are you looking at me? Should be attacking. Okay, how are you feeling? Oh, you're doing mostly fine. Okay. Okay, good. Good. You are a little hurting right now, but that's fine. You can kill one of them and then eat them. Are you dead? Oh, you're already dead. Consume them. I kind of wish you got health back faster by eating. That would be kind of cool. We can start clearing out some of this goop. Yeah, and destroy that. Because I think it only does the one ambush, hopefully. That's an interesting looking table. I don't think I've ever seen a table like that. Go here. Okay, just some pemmican. So we will need to kill this other tough spike over here and destroy this flesh sack as well. So you can go and attack that. You can go and discover this. But yeah, this guy should be the last hostile on the map. So if we take that guy out. Now, can the flesh sacks have enemies in them? I don't know. I think I've only ever seen loot inside of them. So we should be safe. Okay, it gave us a book. I don't really like the books because they give you mental break chances. But I think those are both things that we haven't discovered yet. So in theory, that could be useful. And it is worth a bit, so. Alright, you can hide back here. Shoot that. What is all that appeared on the ground? Flesh mass debris? Okay. Okay, that made a shard. That's good, that's good. So you still have you. Are you healing up okay? You're kind of still in the same position that you were before. So where would the rest of the loot be? Probably in here, over here. So you can move over here. You can maybe head through here and start attacking this. Ooh, an obsidian spear. That'll be pretty good. We'll just collect that when we reform the caravan. Okay, there's a flesh spike in there. I need to have you go deal with that. So you can come up here and start firing at this. Yeah, you should be able to handle this with pretty much little to no issue. Thank you. Kill it to death, please. I said kill it to death. Thank you. So what is inside of here? That's all I want to know. That's like the last building. It was just a chair. Okay. And I don't see any more flesh masses, except for this, but I don't think those drop loot. So we just got to kill this thing out here, which shouldn't be that big of an issue. We'll let the... Actually, you can fight your way through this. Can you stop shooting things randomly? Okay, this is taking more hits than I thought. Yeah, your melee damage isn't that great yet until we get some bionics for you. So you're gonna go and attack that thing, and you are going to support. Try to guide it around. Kite the thing. Good, good. Okay. Perfect, perfect. Now, I don't think everything needs to be allowed, but I'm gonna allow everything anyway. Just because I can do it, and I don't know if it's necessary or not. So we're gonna reform and head further out. Take the horses, take the ghoul. Hopefully the ghoul still regenerates as they're moving. I would assume they would. We can take all of their weapons, including that obsidian spear. Look at that value. I don't know if we need the obsidian spear, though, because, like, we might just sell it. Because, like, the silver breach axe. Oh, that's some money, too. But, like, why would I have any melee pawns if I can just have ghouls? Like, they're expendable, and we can sell those. We definitely want the shard. So yeah, I don't know why I would ever do that. We have plenty of extra mass. So we could take some of these things here. I don't know if they would really be worth it. Maybe some of the lighter stuff, like the chairs. Chairs seem to be worth a decent bit for the amount of kilograms that they weigh. So we'll just take those. And then, honestly, we might even take a corpse or two. Yeah, see, Tough Spike. Oh, we can't actually carry that. That's heavy. But we need something for the ghoul to be able to eat while we're out and about. So, yeah, like that. And it'll rot soon enough. But luckily, the Tough Spike will be, I think, counting as food for the ghoul. Which is important. Because we need them to be able to get all the way to that town and back. I mean, I could just send them back immediately, honestly. But I wanna go trade. This guy's already kind of upset. Yeah, you know what? Just come home. It's probably fine. We got the Architect Shard. We got some other things we can sell to the next caravan that comes through. So it should be fine. Of course, when these guys get here, they're going to have to contend with this, but hopefully the ghoul has recovered a bit by then. We can actually keep an eye on that, I think. Because, yeah, you see half of the injuries is already gone, it looks like. And we can kind of check their health just by looking at these. Because, yeah, the moving is going back up steadily just as it heals. That's so nice. I love ghouls. Ghouls are great. Oh. They want our stallion. There's one waster. Okay, one waster appears out of the blue. Is just like, I want that horse and nothing else. And we have a ghoul with us. And they expect us to just... to not fight this? I mean, our ghoul is almost full health again. Like, seriously, what? How do you expect this to go for you? Why is it always wasters that are, you know, getting in combat with us? Alright, perfect. That's a nice bolt-action rifle you got there. So we can reform the caravan again. Move you there. And, do we want to take the guy? I mean, we couldn't recruit him because he's a waster. But, do wasters have any... do they have any genetics I want? I mean, honestly, unattractive would just be extra metabolic efficiency for ghouls because they're already unattractive, but I think it would make them even more unattractive and that wouldn't be good. But we do already have No, we don't. We actually don't already have Psychite dependency. We have the other dependencies, but I think we have enough metabolic efficiency as is with the dependencies we already have. I don't think we need any more. So, we're not going to bring him in. He's probably not going to survive the way home anyway. So we aren't able to bring this. Since we're just going straight home, we don't need you. So... because, yeah, they should be pretty close to home, and they'll just be back very quick, like. Yeah, I just can't get over how weird the mouse feels. I don't like it. I know it's something that you just get used to over time, but I'm so used to be able to do things like reflexively. And now I cannot. I need to put thought into how I move everything. Alright, but they'll be home today, so... that means that our ghoul will be home, and we'll be able to fight off all these tortoises. So we don't really even need the ghoul to fight off tortoises, I don't think. Honestly, although it is raining. But we do need, you know, we need more shooting skill. The ghoul will be back soon. And these things are slow. So get that good shooting skill up. Let's see. Yeah, see? Shooting skill. Okay. Now shoot that one down. We're kind of lucky they're tortoises, because that means that they're just incredibly slow. Actually gives us time with our horrible shooting to take them out. Hey, Morg, you wanna get in on this? Oh, you're too late. We still have a few up there. We could go take them out. Just hide behind these rocks. Actually, you could probably go, like, I don't know, right over here and fire at them. It's a lot of shooting practice. You should probably be shooting at this guy. Oh yeah, and they have good armor, don't they? It's fine. I think we can just kite these things indefinitely. I think we're faster than them. I'd be kind of concerned if you wouldn't be able to outrun a diseased turtle. You know? Which, you know, tortoise. Both are very slow. Except in water. Turtles are fast in water. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yeah, the two that are still alive are both downed. I don't know if they'll stay downed, but maybe. You know what, yeah, take them out, if and you can. Because I could see this one getting back up after a little bit, and that's the last thing we want. Because it has Scaria, so it's not like it's gonna not be a Manhunter. Can you hit it, please? What is the hit chance? 6.7. That is very low. Are you getting any skill up? Did you get any skill up from that? I actually think you did. Yeah. Nice. Okay, and now, right as everything is already dead, our caravan's back. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. And we bring much loot from the distress signal. I'm just glad that we survived the distress signal, honestly. I was not too convinced we were going to do it. Because, as I said, last time I went to a distress signal, they got ambushed by the pit burrow, and I wasn't able to do anything about it. I did bring a strong pawn. They, you know, they were well armored. They had good melee damage, good ranged damage, but they just were not sufficient at all. And it was quite depressing. Obelisk mutation. Rhinoceros. Ah. Okay, well, is this thing just gonna be wandering around, or does it attack us? I don't know. We should disable this obelisk, but I don't want to use all my shards on that, honestly. Because, yeah, it might end up mutating our people a bit more, which was fine with this, because the lung isn't bad. It causes a little bit of pain, but it's not like it's some sort of horrible mutation on the outside that'll make people hate you. But the limbs, if we were to get, like, the flesh tentacles and stuff, it's like, those would help in certain ways. I think they increase manipulation, and they do high damage in melee, but our people aren't supposed to be in melee. So that is mainly the reason why I wouldn't want those, is because they just wouldn't fit our people. Alright, we have 20 there, 25 there. So that's 45 on top of the extra 45 there. I think that's enough. Then we can make a serum lab, possibly. I don't know where I want this. Get rid of that. Probably good enough to put it there. Oh, good. You're picking fights with that thing. You know, if you just left it alone, we might have been fine. Where's our ghoul? Our ghoul's over there. Now you better intercept correctly this time. You know? You know, we have enough things going on right now, Randy Random. I don't need you causing fires in my base right now. I mean, it is raining, and it did cause the fire in an outdoor portion of the base, so that's fine, but... Okay. Perfect. Okay. And that will give us more twisted meat to make the resurrection serum. So that's a plus. But it did decharge all our batteries, which is upsetting. One of the main reasons why I don't use batteries all the time. Alright, serum lab. Perfect. Now, it takes power. It's kind of weird. I guess it makes sense if you're doing all the bubbling cauldrons and potions and stuff. You would probably need to have some electricity on it. Ooh, and it makes light as well. It's pretty cool. Alright, so somebody go in there and make that serum. Probably you. You're too busy meditating at the obelisk, which is probably a bad sign. Harvesting rice plant. Why is your plant harvesting a higher priority than your crafting? Okay, now you're unloading stuff off the horses. Probably a good thing. Is your hauling higher priority than... No, crafting is higher priority. What does this count as then? Smithing? Why would it be counted as smithing? Or drug producing? Is that a drug producing? Oh, we're missing bioferrite for it. Right. Thought we'd have enough. But yeah, it looks like we have none in storage. We have 9 here. So that means we need another good amount before we can get Ebos back, sadly. And then we need even more before we're able to get, the barbs, because those I think are like what, another 60, and they're made at the crafting spot that I got rid of temporarily. Rare thrombos. That shouldn't be an issue. Can have that suspended. But how much does that cost? 35 bioferrite. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. That's good. All of you can be allowed. Yeah, we can't really fight the thrombos. I mean, I guess we could. I think we have enough firepower to take them down, but I wouldn't want to risk it. That sounds like a bad idea. And then that would just inflate our wealth even more. We're already having enough trouble with that. But once we have 2 ghouls, we'll be in a much better position. You know, that'll be a good time. How are your genes? They're fine. Still 7 days. So we'll just keep waiting for that. We got a gray pall going on. No good. You know, if the ghouls were able to eat rotting meat, that would actually be very useful. That way they'd be like walking harbinger trees, you know? Yeah, keep that obelisk suppressed for now. Didn't we have 2 shards? Are that still on the horse? It might still be on the horse. Maybe not. I don't see the other horse that... Interesting. Could have sworn we'd gotten another shard. But we only have the one. I must have used it on something without remembering. Oh no, I used it on the serum lab. I forgot that took a shard. Unfortunate. Because if it hadn't, we would have been able to go and deactivate the obelisk. And it's exactly 20 bioferrite. Perfect. Alright. Oh, and it's fast. Alright. Now... how do we do this? Do we... no, not consume. Where did the serum go? There it is. Use the serum on you. We're having Morg do it, because she was the one that accidentally headshotted Ebos, so she's the one that has to bring him back. The law of equivalent exchange, don't you know? You kill him, you resurrect him. Perfect. Brought back to life. Resurrection coma. That's fine. And then we're also going to install the plating, so you don't die again. You know? That would be bad. Like, the barbs are pretty important, but the plating is the big thing, you know? I don't really care how much damage you do, as long as you can just not die and tank infinite damage for us. Then the guns will handle everything else. Alright. Advanced rituals are done. Just keep researching random stuff. Okay, you don't even need to be put under anesthesia to implant the ghoul implants, which is pretty cool. But finally, 2 ghouls. The double ghoul setup. And it's a tough ghoul, which on top of the plating means that he's just never going to die. And you know what we could do? How do we do bio stuff? There's the processor. Is that what we need? Gene assembler. Okay, no, we need the assembler. Man, we're gonna need a bigger, whatever you call this, a bigger workshop a bit later. Because so far, we are reaching the end of what we can do with that. But I was thinking, because Ebos doesn't have a gene pack as of right now, we could actually just give him all the dependency things and make it so he just never needs to eat. Well, somewhat never needs to eat. He would still have need for food eventually, but if we make this, and also we can toggle that to not be a thing, because we only need this to resurrect the ghouls. We don't need it sucking up power 24/7. Especially because now this will be sucking up power 24/7. But yeah, if we put all that in there, yeah, 50 times minus 50% hunger rate. So is this? Yeah, so it is a 1-to-1, or 1-to-10, I guess. Each one metabolic efficiency is 10% down to a minimum of 50. So, just to keep the complexity down, we'll just go with these two. And we'll just call it Ghoul 1. There we go. And someone should make that, and it should be pretty easy because it's only 2 complexity. And then we can shove that into Ebos, and he will only have 50% hunger rate, right? That should actually be really overpowered. Sadly, we can't do that with this one just yet, because then they'll lose all their other genes, and we still need Unstoppable and Great Melee from them. So, still need that. That'll be fine. I am considering if I want super fast wound healing, because we will have a lot of extra metabolic efficiency, and this would help to some degree, you know? It would... Compared to their unnatural healing, it would be pretty much nothing, but it would still probably make them recover from a large amount of wounds, maybe, I don't know, 5% faster, which would be not significant, but it would be a thing. It would be an amount of healing. Oh wow, that is going quickly. What stat does this scale off of? Probably intellectual, I would assume. Alright. And then I believe we can order implantation on... Yes, we can put it on the ghouls. Alright. Dr. Carpenter, medicine. Okay, so it takes medicine to implant one of those. That's fine. You can use some herbal medicine for him. Go and implant them thing. Oh yeah, you need to put the medicine there. We will move the medicine into here eventually. Wow, it takes a lot of medicine to implant a xenogerm. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Alright, you are now Ghoul 1. The hunger rate of 50%. That is amazing. You're in a coma for a while, but that's fine. I mean, you are still getting hungry because 50% isn't going to be all that much. But compared to you... Oh yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, it's like a 30% hunger difference, but still. That is a significant change there. And you know, once we get a crafter and can start making nuclear stomachs, our ghouls are just never going to have to eat. It's going to be amazing. And so far, I mean, they're pretty powerful, but they only have the plating and the barbs. If we could also get the other implants, not only the ghoul-related ones, because, like, Blood Warmer would make them better in frozen areas, which would be pretty necessary. But most of all, if we could get them bionic pieces, like bionic legs to offset the movement penalty, bionic eyes, which would give them better melee hit chance, and then we get them the compact weaponry, which is probably the biggest bonus. We could get them that good damage output. Ooh boy. What else could they use? I mean, bionic heart, maybe? I know that the ghouls have a ghoul-specific heart, but I don't know how good that is. Now, we could get them bionic jaw just so they eat faster. So they not only need very little food, but they would also eat very quickly. Plus, bionic jaws have better damage, don't they? If they end up doing a bite attack, which I don't know if they would. But no, it doesn't have a bite. I don't think it has a bite attack on there. That's unfortunate. I think what I'm thinking of is these. Because, yeah, these have a specific bite attack. But let's actually see, because I think here would be where we make the hand talons. They take crafting 5, as all of them do. So we technically could make some hand talons already and implant those on the ghouls for the better damage output, which I think their damage would actually be multiplied by the ghoul spikes. Because the ghoul spikes, all they really do is increase melee damage factor, which would then multiply off of the hand talons, which is great. So let's see, who has the highest crafting? I think it's you, but it's only at 4. But pretty decent at 4, so we could probably get them up to 5 pretty readily. Because, yeah, nobody else has any good crafting. So let's set you to not research. We'll set you to crafting. And what can we do to make you craft for a long time for cheap? Actually, we could do the classic move of just making, like, a bunch of wooden clubs or something. Let's look. Because this takes 40 work for 30 wood. This takes 20 work for 40 wood, so yeah, the bow would be better. What about the knife? 30 for 30. So yeah, I think the bow is the best wood crafting, you know, wood amount to work amount for that. Although we could also make ritual masks, although that takes bioferrite. I'm thinking of the... Okay, so we can't make tribal masks because we're not tribal. That's unfortunate. But let's just have this, not that, this guy, and just make, like, I don't know, 10 of them. I don't know how much skill you're going to get from each one, but we have pretty much infinite wood, and we can just sell them later. Let's see, because, yeah, your crafting skill is going to go up very slowly. Oh, gosh, that is... Yeah, I don't think that's going to be worthwhile. I mean, we have infinite wood, but even so, just the quickness of you doing that is not good. It's just way too fast and doesn't get you any skill. We still don't have enough leather to actually make a decent amount of dusters, sadly. We could hunt. Get a bunch of leather, but... we don't even have that many large things on the map. Yeah, I mean, it just seems so hopeless trying to level up crafting, you know? Because, yeah, this is going to take probably 100 bows to get him up to the right crafting level. Because, yeah, here, as you can see, 40... Why is this not a workshop? It's a laboratory, probably because of this. That's weird. It means that this is also not working at the right speed, so we'll need a second area to be a lab. And maybe it's also because it has lab in the name. But it's actually good for this, because that lowers its work speed to even lower than this. And clothing takes a lot of everything. So what we could do... Yeah, we can hunt a bit. So unsuspend this. Specifically have it be for him. And you can suspend that. Probably just delete it, because it obviously isn't going to work out well. But then you... we need to switch you over to be able to tailor. And we're going to take you off all crafting because we're not leveling up your crafting right now. And then this will have designated power. This we can designate power off because we're not using it for now. And you're just gonna, yeah, make dusters. But we can't afford a duster yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go hunting for these muffalo. Because they should give a good amount of leather each, and that should allow us to make a couple dusters, right? So you are gonna fire at you. Okay, now he's out of range. Okay. That's the issue with hunting so efficiently, is that then they run away, and then you can't shoot them anymore. Yeah, at least if it's revenge, they'll come right at us, and our ghoul can help fend them off. That's why the ghoul's there. It's the buffer between us and Muffalo. The bufferlo, as one might say. Perfect. Okay. So someone should already be coming out. Yep. To grab this. We'll bring those home, turn them into leather, turn those into dusters, and hopefully with the very slow speed of this thing, we will be able to do good things. Which actually, we can turn off the lamps as well. And that will make this in darkness, making it even slower. Oh wait, no, we weren't supposed to turn on the power to this, because we don't need a power to this. So we're just going to tell you to go and flip all these switches. There we go. So yeah, 40% by default, plus it's in darkness, so that'll lower the percentage of work speed even lower. Okay, the draft turned off automatically, that's good. I wish in real life the draft would turn off automatically, but, you know, it's not how it works. But you are... that is so nice having that lowered food, because we're at 3 times speed and it's barely going down. And once we get the nuclear stomachs in there, hoo boy. I'm excited for that. Right, we got a party going. Ghoul, don't you want to attend the party? Won't that be fun? Right, another 4 days before your stuff comes back. So how are these doing? Not great. Say we need 30, and these only have about 20. Alright, but yeah, that is taking a good while to make. So you are getting the good crafting skill out of it. But it doesn't look like we have enough for a second duster, so that's unfortunate. And Void will be making a bit worse of sculptures for the duration of this because we can't have the lights on. But yeah, this one duster that we can make is going to give us, like, I don't know, 15 short bows worth of XP. Probably more. So that's a plus. And we just need to get this guy to 5 crafting so we can start making hand talons for our ghouls. Because once they have those, that'll boost their DPS up by a significant margin. Because, yeah, they have the durability, especially Ebos. You know, with the plating. Oh, 2.2 years for the genes to regrow. Right, because when you implant them, it takes a long time to do that. But yeah, get just the tough and the plating is so good. Why do you have a favorite color? How does a ghoul have a favorite color? Like, am I dehumanizing the ghouls too much? They might not have any mood or anything, but I guess if they can still have a favorite color, they must still be human to some degree. And they don't give you, like, twisted meat or dread leather, so they are technically still human in the game files. Alright, yeah, maybe just one more duster and this guy would be up there. Which means we need to hunt some more. Honestly, Ghoul can probably hunt alone. What would be worth hunting? Bison. And by alone, we're taking both ghouls. Where are the bison? Give me the plant. Up here. Okay. Because these should drop some good leather. And if we have both ghouls here, honestly, I don't think it would be very... You know. Is that all three of them? Yep. Alright, well, I think you'll still be fine, maybe? I mean, you both have plating, you have tough. You can go back to that. But, you know, we'll bring in some backup just in case. Yeah, let's see. You got hit on the eye for only 2.8 damage. Yeah, you don't take much damage at all. Whereas these guys take a lot of damage. Because you're ghouls and you have claws and such. Claws and teeth. Oh, they do use the teeth. So I wonder if a venom bite is actually higher damage. Alright, well, honestly, I think bringing in the ranged guys was more of a liability, because I think, yeah, you got hit twice with an assault rifle. So I think you took more damage from getting hit by our ranged guys. We can get the ambrosia if we wanted. Might as well. We can sell that. Okay, you two, come back home. Those bison should eventually die off. I think we'll get more leather from them if we don't attack them to death. So, we'll just let them bleed out. Oh, exotic goods ship. Actually, yeah, definitely get the ambrosia. Get the ambrosia right now. Stop harvesting those. Honestly, I think we want Paya to harvest these. You can haul this. Because if Paya harvests all of these, then we won't botch any of them. No, harvest the last one. Thank you. Because this stuff is worth a bit too much to risk just botching it up. And because we get an exotic goods trader right as we get all that, I think they buy ambrosia. They do indeed. $800 for that. Alright. Ooh, and they have some good stuff for us. Oh boy, Scarless plus... Actually, elongated fingers isn't bad. Cat ears is neutral, but elongated fingers increases manipulation by 10%, right? Yeah, that is actually good. Now, the sad thing is I would want the elongated fingers on the ghouls because manipulation increases melee hit chance. But Scarless is very redundant on the ghouls because it's Scarless. But I guess everyone can benefit from increased metabolism. Or not increased metabolism, increased manipulation. So in theory, any of our pawns would benefit from that. But let's not. I'll wait to get the Archite things until they're on their own. And then we can, you know, really set them up the way we want them. Is there anything from you other than these that we want? We're definitely taking all of these, though. We have a lot to sell. I think we'll be fine. Tox immune, probably not worth it. All of these, probably not worth too much because we don't have any Psycasters yet, which, honestly, I probably should get a Psycaster at some point. I've been kind of avoiding it because the second you get a Psycaster, then all of a sudden they're going to need to be, you know, sitting inside, just meditating for days on end. Yeah, that's all our stallions. We need to keep at least one. We have a lot of mares, which honestly we probably don't need that many of. We'll sell the old one. And then we have several coming of age. But that's fine. We can sell all that. Just to reduce the prices a bit. And grab all their components. Because why not? Are you selling bioferrite? You are. It's dirt cheap too. We'll take all that. Alright. I'm gonna say that that's probably fine. Except a lot of things. Alright. Who needs more intellectual skill? You could actually still use more. You're like our secondary intellectualizer. And yet you're still needing more. But that's good. Healing factors could help our ghouls a little bit. Skin hardening can definitely help our ghouls. Imagine if we can get a stone skin gland on those bad boys. Brain wiring. I don't remember what brain wiring does in the base game. Let's see. Where is it? Over here? Brain wiring. Oh, okay, that's just the pain stopper, joy wire and stuff. So that will do pretty much nothing for us. Because ghouls don't need pain stoppers. So it's not really going to be that helpful, but it's nice to have. Recon armor's finally done. We can get archogenetics, I guess. I mean, why not? We'll need that eventually, probably. Ah, and you finished your duster. Good. Are you still having issues socially? No, actually... Was it between you two? No, it was between you and Paya. Yeah, you're still definitely having issues socially with her. Why can't you just get along, Void? Come on. Like, you gotta get along with people. Why can't we be friends? Don't you know? What kind of leather did we get out of those guys? Is this plain leather? Probably. We don't have enough for it. These have now died, so go grab them. Because, yeah, we just need one, maybe two more dusters. And we will be at 5 crafting, and then we can make the hand talons, then we can implant the hand talons into the ghouls, and then the ghouls will be invincible and killing machines. And it's gonna be great. Oh, and we have enough bioferrite now to unsuspend this, which will be even more crafting skill. That'll be good. And we can implant that into Ebos, and Ebos can then go and destroy all. Rip and tear. Alright, you're at 1.6 days for genes. Yeah, we're actually going to suspend this for a moment, just so you focus on the barbs first. Okay, now we need, I guess, bliss lobotomy. I know the book, I think, can give us some of that, but we're probably going to sell the book at some point. Yeah, we could have sold the book to them, I think. They already left. Okay. Alright, where are you? Why are you doing... Okay, there, now you're doing it. Yeah, this should also up your crafting significantly. There it is. Man, I really never knew just how, like, crippling not having a crafter can be. You know, you kind of take it for granted, because you, when you can actually customize your people, you always have at least one person who has a little bit of a passion in crafting. But when everyone's randomized... Oh, good. I always have so many issues with the flu. Why is that? So you can go off of bed rest, you can go on bed rest. Go sleep. We need you to not die. Don't sleep. We need him to not die. Thank you very much. Once again, we need a mod that's called, like, doctors are on call or something, where doctors will not sleep if there's somebody who needs to be tended, you know? Because, honestly, it's very annoying when it does that. Ah, Royal Tribute Collector. For some reason, my brain was trying to say Ribute Collector, like I'm freaking Scooby-Doo. Okay, get back to the dusters. You don't need to clean dirt, you need to clean dust. For that remaining 800 skill. 700 skill. And then once you have that, we will start making stuff here, which I think we can make 2 hand talons per ghoul. Of course, you are going to be you. They're going to take a lot of components, so if our ghouls end up taking a lot of damage and it destroys their arm and then that destroys the hand talon, I'm going to be upset. But honestly, I don't know, with the barbs implanted and the talons, I can't really imagine there being a world where our ghouls actually take enough damage to lose their arms. Maybe they will. Oh, and this is another joyous guy. I wonder if you have 2 joyous guys, do they affect each other? Because I know joyous doesn't affect himself, because he's joyous, but he doesn't have the whatever it is, this thing. So if we had 2 of them, the issue is he crafting. Wait, he has a crafting. He still doesn't have mining. We're still gonna be down a mining person, which means that our crafting is gonna be quite limited, based on how much material we can actually dredge up. But he has crafting. We might have to accept this guy, but we're at the point where we can probably get metal horror. So, and his name is Spook, so that's not really a good sign, I don't think. But we're gonna build a second medical bed, because it's been a long time coming. And then we'll accept this guy. We'll give him one of those surgical checkup things to make sure that he is not a jerk. Go talk to him. And just in case, we're gonna have our ghouls standing ready. I think sometimes, maybe, like, even if you accept them, they might try to ambush you. We'll just have them on call, just in case. Okay, he's fine. He's fine. Do you have a bed in here now? You do, probably, because we have 3 unowned, so that's good. So you can go to this side, and you come with all your own clothes, which is nice, and we're actually going to have to switch. I mean, we were so close. We can't actually switch this. We'll just need to cancel it, because we're taking you off of crafting forever. Because you're just not that good at it. But Spook is getting on crafting full time. We want you to craft and then do that stuff. You can also do these. Ooh. Switch that to Spook. Alright, Spook. Not injured. Did I not queue this up? Surgical inspection. Rest until healed. Okay. Now, Paya, you are going to go and do the surgical inspection, because if this guy has a metal horror, we want to know about it. If he does have a metal horror, does that, like, pop out immediately after we've found it? Might as well have the ghouls on call just in case, you know? You never be too careful, really. And I kind of like that the ghouls just have nothing better to do than be bodyguards, so I don't have to feel bad about, like, interrupting their work or anything. So no anomalies. Okay, but you are now a bit injured. That's fine. And you... yeah, you're just that medicine. Alright, no metal horror here. But while you are on the ground here, I will be arresting you. No hard feelings, you know? But, we need to make sure that you are in our, religion, which as of now you are not. And, that means that we will arrest you. And luckily, it all kind of lines up because we anesthesize you, which isn't a word, to do the surgery, and then we can arrest you 100% because you're under. And then we can just keep you here. And you are going to be converted. Thank you very much. And actually, with this guy on the group, that means that we have somebody with rather, you know, comparable social skill. Although your social skill has been, you know, fading as we haven't been using it that much, but it's fine. And Void is just in here, struggling with the flu still. But he's recovering well. That's a plus. Now we need to make a chapel soon, so we can actually, you know, have good rituals. I think that would be very nice. I mean, I guess we should keep the cotton around for making carpets later. Climate adjuster. 4 alpha beavers. That wouldn't be difficult to take out using the ghouls, honestly. But we'd still need to send somebody and 1 or 2 ghouls out of the colony in order to do that. And that would be a little dangerous because then we don't have the ghouls at home. And it doesn't really give anything we need. So, no thank you. Or rather not. Alright, yeah, we have you on convert. All is well. Let's see, 2.1 year escape interval, 2.9 year escape interval. That's pretty nice. Long captivity, what does that mean? Does that mean like the longer they're captive, the easier it is for them to break out, or the harder it is for them to break out? It seems like it's making it harder for them to break out. That's kind of interesting. I never knew that. Oh wow, certainty down to 42%. Who are you insulting? Bro. Why do you also have issues with Paya? Literally everyone is getting into fights with Paya, and I don't understand it. Oh, boy. Okay, that means the horses are all going to be dead if we don't sell them. That's a problem, because even if the horses themselves don't get toxic buildup, they don't have any food to eat. So that's a source of income that is sadly erased, but do you guys get toxic buildup? I don't know, I might need to set you guys to stay inside, if so. But nobody else really leaves the base long enough to be toxic buildup. Oh yeah, but these we need to cancel sowing. Sadly, that will delay all of our our cotton things. We can actually set all of our cloth to harvest, just to see if we can save some amount of it. Which, yeah, that's a decent amount. That should be enough to make our recreation buildings. Which I actually don't know if this room is big enough while being the kitchen as well. Yeah, one more thing and he should convert. Why are you putting so much food in there? He already has a meal. Why are you just setting another meal in the room? I guess just to, I don't know, to see if he likes vegetarian meals more than regular meals? I couldn't tell you. Alright. Are you able to talk to him again? No. Alright, but once again, it tells us that we can do the ritual thing in the middle of the night. Okay, we should check you guys. Yeah, so you are taking toxic buildup. So we will actually just set you to Area 1, which is roughly all the interior space of the base. And hopefully that means while you're wandering, you'll just be wandering inside. And anytime you have to exit the base is just when you're drafted and I'm sending you out to fight anyway, so you should ignore allowed area in that case regardless. But certainly, all of our horses are going to get toxic. Which is exactly bad. So, the plan for that will probably be to take a big ol', like, all of the horses on a caravan and go sell them to that one semi-nearby, you know, base that we haven't dealt with yet. Do people still get toxic buildup even when on caravans? I don't think so, because I think the toxic fallout is just this tile, isn't it? I think so. I don't quite remember. But we should be fine on food. We have like infinite meat, tons of rice. Our food supply is solid. We shouldn't have any problem there. But alright, we will start the celebration first and foremost. Probably not going to be the best. Maybe even boring, but that's fine. And then after that's done, because it's morning still, we can send Piotr out to... Oh, good. He's actually decent. Yeah, and the... Oh, reform ideology? Yes. How do we do this? We should do that at some point. I don't know if right now would be the point that we would want to do that. I don't even know what we would add. Okay, so it did take that long to get us enough points to reform. Interesting. But let's first... I need to do this quick, like, or else all of our horses are gonna die. So... send them all. Why is Andra so much more market value than Ebos? It can't be just because she has the barbs. Character quality plus times 59%. Okay. Multiplier for age. But what makes you so fancy? Is it Hussar? Do genetics give you extra value? Or is it because you have such high stats? It might be the stats. I don't know. Because in theory, Ebos is actually the better ghoul. Yeah, it just says character quality times 22%. That is so rude. They're literally just like, yeah, this guy freaking sucks. I can't believe you want this ghoul. He is 22% value. We don't like him. But I guess we will send a ghoul. Just so that this guy has some protection while they're out. And Ebos has the lowered hunger rate, so he shouldn't be as hard to feed. But yeah, we'll take everything. We'll take your entire stock. We'll leave anything that has enough to make a duster out of it, because we will need to have the other guy level up his stuff. We can take the chairs. We have infinite movement and, like, mass capacity because we have so many horses. Sadly, we will not have horses going forward, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll leave the bolt action as the weapon that the guy is going to use. And all of those seem fine except for you. You're at the lower end, and so are you. And we'll take all our silver, because, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll have some super expensive... Honestly, we don't even need, like, all our silver. We'll just take, like, 4K. 4K plus all of the other items, honestly, is going to be more than enough. So, yeah, send that. We're gonna have high visibility, obviously, because we're sending literally every horse we have. But it's either that, or we just let all the horses die here instead of selling them. And that would be quite the waste. Only 2 at a time? Come on, man. You have a lot of horses to pick up. Okay, 3 at a time is probably fine. There's, you know, you're getting more and more toxic every second that you waste there, Pewter. You should really change your name. I've been saying that for like 5 streams now. One at a time? Come on, man. Why are you even hooking them up where you could put it like right here? Alright, I think 2 more trips. Ooh, compacted steel. We need some of that. When we eventually get someone who can do mining, you know. Yep. 2 trips to get the tiny little last horses out of there. And why is nobody, like, putting items on the horses that are already there? They should be. Now they're doing it, of course, of course. Just had to wait until the last minute. We're on a time crunch here. Everyone is dying to toxins. So I'd like to get this caravan off the tile ASAP. Oh yeah, now it's night. It was morning when we started putting this together, and now it's nighttime by the time we're actually leaving. No, he has to rope all the horses. I don't think I've ever seen a freaking caravan with this many horses. Bro has an entire freaking menagerie going on here. I don't even know. He's going to start a zoo that only includes horses. That's crazy. Yep, and of course, because it's the middle of the night, by the time they leave, they just sit out, like, right outside the place. But it was actually almost morning. It not only took all day, but also almost all night for them to actually get out of the tile. So they weren't sleeping right outside for long, which is a plus. All right, but how are you doing? We didn't... This guy was our guy for that. You're not assigned to wardening, are you? Oh, no, you are. I'm gonna set you to high warden. Apparently this is a wardening job. Interesting. I guess, what else would it be? But alright, these guys should be there in 0.5 days. I think that's still, like, while it's light out. Yeah. So they should be getting there today. That's the power of having friggin' 50 horses all going with you. We're moving at 81 tiles a day. What the heck? That is insane. I mean, we're on a big road, but still. But yeah, if we get attacked, we have a ghoul with us, so should be fine. And a charge rifle. should be double fine. Void, have you talked to this guy yet? Interacted too recently. Okay. So you didn't do a great job because you don't have much social, but you will get there eventually. There we go, conversion. Alright, was there anything else we needed to do while you were in prison? I don't think so. I think we just release you now. There we go. So yeah, now you are on duster duty. And hopefully you will learn to forgive everybody because, you know, we needed to take you prisoner to make it so we could solve your wrong think, you know? You're not thinking correctly. Yeah, and that's gonna, that crafting is going up way faster. Like, just look at that. Oh my goodness. Like, the 10s are going up as quickly as the 1s were going up with the other guy. That is, like, so much difference. So what do you have? We have a lot of money. Ooh, nuclear stomach. I know I said earlier I wasn't going to be buying these, really, but that's just too good to say no to. And we have infinite money on this caravan, so they have a good amount of money to take all our stuff. And we kind of need to sell just everything. Because we're having to go home with 0 of anything, really. No horses, no leathers, no nothing. Yeah, so we're too heavy. I mean, we could probably keep a horse. It's just going to die. That's not the right horse, then. We don't have any, like, full-grown stallions that are full price and everything. So yeah, I guess we'll have to take a female back. That's fine. And actually, if we get rid of all that leather... No, it didn't do anything. So yeah, we still need to have 1 horse. That's a lot of rice. Why did we bring a lot of rice? Was that for the horses? Yeah, that doesn't save up much space in our inventory. What else do we want from you guys? Tough skin would not be optimal. We would want stone skin. So that doesn't help. Bionic arms don't really help because they don't have as much damage output. It would be helpful to put on, like, a human, not a ghoul. We're focusing on the ghouls right now. Let's see. Gene packs. Because, yeah, we still have a lot of money we need to burn through here. We could just... I don't know, but these weigh so much. We could... I don't know. It's too much money. I don't know what to buy. We could buy chocolate. Yeah, that's something. We'll just buy literally everything they have. We'll take their entire stock. Anything that could be useful. Oh no, just the components actually did it. Nice. Alright. And just with the 1 horse, we have enough mass capacity to take all that back. We don't actually need that. Because I don't know when we're going to be making any kind of that stuff. But we do need to still buy a little bit more. There we go, that's good. Take some meals. Why not? And that should be good. You come home. And it'll take you a long time to get home because you no longer have all those horses. But that's fine. With that nuclear stomach, Ebos is going to be finally mostly complete. And then we can make him the hand talons as well pretty soon. Because we'll definitely have enough components for the hand talons. Because we just bought a ton. Alright, so Spook, why are you upset? What is... Oh yeah, we don't have any of that yet. That is a bit of a problem, isn't it? We could throw that on someone that's just forever happy, like Morg, because they're married, you know, and Sanguine. Actually, yeah, Morg would be perfect for that. Can we do that just now? I think we need a ritual spot for that, don't we? Yeah. Ritual spot. Yeah, we could do a role change. That would make Spook a little happier. Because, yeah, Morg doesn't have any social skills to speak of, but we don't need her as the moral guide for the buffs. We just need it for the happiness. Because as you can see now, no downside for not having that person in that role, which is nice. And of course, you are now with where you're. There it is, high expectations. So now it's down to 6. Obelisk mutation. Oh, tree into a harbinger tree. That's actually useful. Thank you. That's. So I guess the obelisk isn't all bad. How's your crafting doing? Very nice. We might need another one in order to do it. But we have enough cloth to make more, so that's also good. Alright, 1.2 days from home. Menace pods. That's a... Yeah. What is it? Mechanoid, that's the word I was trying to think of. That's not too bad, but also we're not... The rewards, once again, aren't really anything we need. They're just empty value. So... Because we already have a lifetime supply of plasteel and gold. I mean, we will need more plasteel eventually, but... Not yet. And... I mean, I don't know. There's only 1 mini slugger turret, 2 charge turrets, 2 Militaurs, a Cyclops, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Our ghouls would probably be able to take that out, if we're being honest. But no, we'll wait. Especially during, like, a time of friggin' toxic fallout, we probably don't want to be messing with that. How is everyone on Toxin? They seem to be doing fine. Because, for the most part, everyone's staying inside. Is that a different duster? It is. Nice. Okay, so we had enough plain leather for it. How long are you gonna be upset about being imprisoned? 11 more days. Come on, man. Get over it. We're all we're all prisoners to something, you know? That's just how life be. Yeah, the extremely impressive room is definitely carrying our mood entirely. Like, if this room was any less impressive, we would probably not be having a good time mood-wise. Oh. A trade thing. I mean, we don't really need anything you have. Oh. I think the mayor gave birth while we were going. You could buy that. Because it's just going to die when we get home anyway, so... Might as well get some money out of it. You're not selling more components. So yeah, we're probably good with that. Thank you for the money. Appreciate it. I wonder if a night owl... If there's like a caravan that only has a night owl in it, does it move at night? Or... does it just kind of ignore the night owl-ness? Oh yeah, and all the animals that die of toxin buildup end up rotting. So, that's great. I mean, it'll feed the harbinger trees if we want to do that, but crafting is almost there. Do we ever make the barbs? We did make the barbs. Oh. Morgue is in labor. That is good. It's very good. Void. Void should probably be the one to do this, because, you know, he may not be the doctor, but he is the husband, so that's probably pretty important. I mean, we can gather for the childbirth. I don't know if that helps. Yeah, so we have doctor, spectator, and he can just keep doing his thing. I don't know what this does for us, but I guess just moral support. It's kind of crazy that, you know, you're bringing a child into the world during a freaking toxic fallout. It's like everything's going horribly, but at the same time, we're having baby, which is good. You know, we need baby. I don't know what baby's gonna do. Maybe it'll be a mining baby. You know? Because this guy is the crafter now. And so we will make this just one time, so he'll stop after that duster. You good? This sounds very goopy. Alright. We have healthy baby. Alright. Good, you seem fine. Because, yeah, the last baby was supposed to be the crafter baby. But now that we actually have a crafter, that's not as important. Baby's just on the floor. It's like, it's normal. Favorite temperature. Ah. Yeah, it's a good thing that a long time ago I put a cooler in here. Man, the map looks so barren with all the grass gone. Alright, where are these guys? They stopped right outside our base. Of course they did. It's like, you know, when your significant other is very difficult to be around, and so you just kind of stay in your car after you come home from work for like 20 minutes just to... Oh! And the toxic fallout just ends. Wow. It only lasted like a few days. That's crazy. I think that's the shortest toxic fallout I have had ever. Normally, the toxic fallouts last a good long while. Because, yeah, it started at 15th of Apper, and it ended 5th of Jug. So that is a 5-day toxic fallout. Usually it lasts months. That's why I got rid of all the horses, because they were just gonna die. Which, actually, yeah, they actually would have died, because these horses died. At least these ones did. These ones survived. But alright, I guess we have one horse. Which is good, because that's kind of the bare minimum you need to do trading runs. We got rid of all the rest. But now we can put the stomach on Evos. And the barbs. Yeah, you still got a lot of stuff. Let's just drop this really quick so someone will come and grab that. And now that that's in storage, we'll go you. You need medicine for this probably. And then we'll insert the barbs and the nuclear stomach, which... Actually, we can suspend that because you... Have you finished this? I think you did. Yeah, okay. So you now need to go over here and make hand talons. Because if we could make both those hand talons and then do the surgery, we can get all the surgical things out of the way at once. Why are you unloading instead of doing this? Didn't it take 5 to do this? Yeah, crafting 5. Oh, but it's... Yeah, it was set to the different person. Yes. Prioritize working on that. That will take a while. But that's fine. You just work on that whenever you can. And soon we'll have double hand talon, barb, and nuclear stomach Ebos. He is ascending to godhood as we speak. We still need strong melee damage, though. I think that will be a big, big, big improvement. So once we can successfully get a Neanderthal as a prisoner and start sucking out all of their genes, which, speaking of which, you are able to be genified again. As I've said, we still need like 2 out of you, I think. Yeah, these 2. Great melee and unstoppable. And we'll just keep sucking your genes until then, you know? Because it's only a matter of time. I mean, it's a random gene you get out of each use of this, so it really is just a matter of using it enough times in a row to actually get what you want. So what is Pyotr's job now? He's not good at anything except shooting and making people happy. I mean, I guess he helps out with the plants. He does the hauling. He's good at intellectual. So, yeah, I guess he still kind of has a place in the party. As long as we need people to be researching, he's useful. Plus, it's almost kind of useful to have non-useful pawns, you know? Because, like, he can run the caravans without the base being, like, missing an important member of the party. Oh, goodness. A whole army of 15 manhunting badgers. That is terrifying. Alright. I guess... Should we fight this? Or should we just let them all leave on their own? And we're pretty much already keeping everyone inside. Anyway. We can't access the hospital from the inside, and we will need the hospital to do the surgeries on Ebos. So you know what? We'll do that. So you equip this. And then you just everybody. Oh, but we don't have the other ghoul here yet. It's another 0.8 hours. Okay. Everybody with a gun is going to be standing behind these rocks somewhere. Sadly, the exact direction they're coming from is devoid of rocks, so that's great. Ebos is going to be standing out front. I wish we had you. This is a large group of enemies. Do we have another gun for you? We do. You come out here as well. Ebos, go distract them. Okay. New plan. After the first like volley, not like literally not doing anything for anyone, I'm just like, yeah, no, maybe that's not going to work in the end. So yeah, back to plan A, which is hide inside and do nothing else. Never leave. That's just too many. If the first volley had taken out one or two of them, then I'd be like, okay, we can work with this. But nope. I don't think we hit. Oh no, we did hit one. We just didn't take it down. So that's sad. It's just too many enemies, you know. Numbers are usually the killer of these kinds of situations. But soon our ghouls will reach their full power, and then we will be ready for anything. No matter what they throw at us, we'll have like 5 immortal, immensely powerful ghouls, and they will just wipe out anything that comes our way. And then we need to start being, like, goal-oriented, you know? Because right now we're just drifting. We're just trying to get stronger, you know, more colonists, more weapons, more ghouls, better technology, better skills, all that stuff. We're in the early game phase, just trying to build up. But soon, we need to start switching gears, because what I'm wanting to do is I wanted to do as many endings as is humanly possible. And I think you can actually do all the endings. Also, we should turn these lights back on, because we're no longer trying to level crafting. We're just... So turn those on so you guys can work at a good speed again. But, yeah, if we're gonna get to any of the endings, it'll take some work. We're well on our way to the anomaly ending, so we'll probably focus on that first. I don't know how tough that will be, but yeah, if we attune, that'll get us a step closer to the end of that. Also, did you make 1 hand talent or 2? Oh, you did make 2. Oh, good. All right. Well, now we need to get to here. I really should just make a second entrance to this place. Someone go make that. Right about now. Somebody. Do we not have enough wood? We have wood. Oh, and Morg was asleep. She's usually our main builder. And we'll put that off center over there. Alright. There we go. Now we have access to the medical area from the back. Which actually will be more efficient to get the medicine through here. But let's now get Ebos. You have a big day ahead of you. Right hand talon, left hand talon, plus the barbs and the nuclear stomach. Man, you are going to be invincible. This is going to be great. I am excited for you. Go rest. Oh, you're getting taken to the bed. Okay. Good. Maybe we should have had you eat beforehand, but your food is going to be so low anyway. It's probably fine. Stop crying. Alright, there's the barbs. Increasing our damage. Next is the stomach, which will just make you never have to eat, essentially. I do wonder how the percentages are going to add up, because it's 50% with the, you know, this, with the genetics. So, minus, or like down to 25%? What does that mean? Because the stomach, as we can see, I think here, yeah, hunger rate times 25%. So is that 25% of 50%? So like the 50% becomes the new 100%, and then you have 1/4 of that as your thing. I don't know. I don't know how it works. There's a lot of numbers and percentages, and we don't know if they're additive or multiplicative or what. If it was additive, then you could probably hit 0% hunger rate, and they probably don't want that. So it's probably multiplicative, or what have you. It was kind of sad that Ebos isn't in chat yet today. I'm sure that he would be quite happy that he is becoming a god among ghouls. But you know, we will still need to remember that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer, and so we will not want to be thinking that Ebos is literally immortal, because he isn't. He won't be. He will still be very much mortal, and we will need to be careful with him as to make sure he does not die. Because if he dies, then I will be sad, because then I'll need to make another ghoul resurrection serum, and that's expensive, bioferrite-wise. Alright, how long are you guys gonna be being jerks? They're Scaria infected. 4 days! They'll probably leave the region before dying to Scaria, honestly. That's usually how it works. There's a hand talon. Trade chip. I was gonna say, if that is just a trader walking in, they are going to be met with a very not friendly group of badgers. Let's see. What do we want to sell? We don't need leather anymore. We still need the cloth. We will take all of your components, thank you. And all your steel. But I don't know if we can afford all the steel. We'll try. Oh, we actually need clothing. I don't know if we need the duster. It's worth too much. Alright, maybe we don't need this much steel. So we can reduce this down. Not that much. I'd like at least around 300 more steel. And we do have... Oh, we actually have a lot of money. Wait, so we can do all of that, and it's only minus 1,000. We have a ton of silver just lying around doing nothing. So... yeah, that sounds good to me. Except that gets us all the steel that we'll ever need and a bunch of components. Is nice. Alright, Ebos. 2 hand talons. Let's look at your melee stats now. So yeah, melee damage factor 150%. Melee DPS 4.83. Let's look at that. Cooldown of all attacks. Melee hit chance. Very good. Interesting. Your hit chance is really low because you're anesthetized, obviously. So that's a bit of a problem. But even so, I think that that's pretty good. That'll be good. What is that compared to a awake you? Okay, yeah, that's about the same DPS as you being awake. So maybe it'll change? I don't know. We will see. We'll wait for Ebos to get back up and running. You still have toxic buildup, which is not good. Did that happen while you were out on the... No. That's weird. I guess you were standing outside for a bit too long. At some point. That is weird, though. Why do you have so much toxic buildup? Is that from the nuclear stomach? Does that do that? It'd be bad if it did. Because yeah, this also isn't going down. I know it goes down slowly, and we're looking at like full percents, not partial percents. Okay, yeah, there it went down. That's good. It's just weird that that's still so high. Alright, you're up and about now. Yeah, see, now the DPS is higher. And you're not even fully unanesthetized. So, that's good. And that one meal will last you so long. That's amazing. Okay. You know, can you badgers, like, get out of here already? Yeah, we have things to do. Oh, some of them are leaving. Good. Slowly but surely. Because, yeah, I just don't want the components deteriorating outside. Well, a lot of them are sleeping. But that won't help because they're actually infected, so they're still going to be Manhunter when they wake up. Fine, we'll just wait more. I mean, everything that we need to do is already inside, so not like it's really causing us any issues to just stay indoors. Aside from planting stuff and grabbing stuff. Oh, and the obelisk. But it's still fine on activity, so that's okay. But if it goes on for too much longer, we will need to sneak out and get the obelisk, you know, suppressed. Okay, that's still wearing off. This is still minor. What does this do? Reduce the consciousness. Yeah, so that would also be decreasing your DPS by a small amount. So we won't know your full potential DPS until these are both fully gone. How about you? How are your genes doing? Still a long time on the genes. Okay. Because, yeah, we just got some genes. And I saw it, but I didn't comment on it earlier. We did get super healing, which is one of the possibly good ones that I wanted. So that is good. Another trade ship. I was kind of hoping that would be an in-person caravan. So they could, you know, help us clear this stuff out. But we are definitely taking another charge rifle. Thank you very much. Molecular analysis. Okay. I'll take that. I don't remember what it gives us, but I'll take it. And we're slowly burning through some of the money that we had. Oh. That's a little bit of an issue, isn't it? Actually, there's nothing down here stopping us from going out here and grabbing stuff. Evos, go attack. Kill. I wanna see how good he is. He's pretty slow because of all the improvements we put on him. Bro's just weighed down. Alright. Was that all just one hit? I don't know. We need to look at the log. That doesn't really help much. Yeah, I don't know. I think that was just all in one hit, maybe. But geez, that is a pretty strong hit. That is pretty efficient. Yeah. And you took almost no damage from that. That is great. And all the rest, yeah, all the rest left. So we're clear now to leave the base. And we got that extra charge rifle, which we'll be putting on... We will not be putting on Spook. I just remembered, even though we made sure he didn't have a metal horror, to some degree, I'm still not convinced exactly, but we may have done the thing with the metal horror, but Piotr still did end up betraying us. So we're going to give the charge rifle to Void. Because if this guy betrays us, we don't want him to have a freaking charge rifle. Because that will just spell disaster for everybody. But there we go. Yeah, we have two charge rifles, 2 assault rifles, and a heavy SMG. And 2 ghouls, one of which is fully upgraded, the other which is like half upgraded. Alright, you're studying that. Good, good. I still want to deactivate that as soon as we can, but we're not getting any shards from anything else, so... could summon threats to get shards out of them, but I feel like that would be a bad idea. The area's obstructed with this tree. Okay. But what we will do is we will attune. Void has always been the one researching this, so Void. Because as I said, we need to start making progress towards those endings. And we are pretty strong now. We're nowhere near, like, max strength. We still need more charge rifles, more shooting skill. We need to get Ebos a stone skin gland, and then we need more ghouls. Give more ghouls the stuff. We need to... Oh, that looks fancy. That looks real fancy. I like that. I don't like Grape Hall, though. That's kind of annoying. Let's see. Attuning the monolith caused it to twist and grow once more. As it did, Void caught a glimpse of what lurks beyond. He understood. The monolith's doorway opened wider by your actions. On the other side, Void sensed an inhuman intelligence of vast complexity and endless rage. The dark machine god is stirring, and its physical influence will grow. New entities are now discoverable. Well, thank you, thank you. You know, I have never gotten to this point in Anomaly. That this so far has been as far into Anomaly as I have ever gotten. I have never gotten this to the second level. And I'm pretty sure there's numerous levels to this thing, so I'm excited to see how that goes. But either way, I'm probably going to end this here, just because I'm getting hungry. I didn't have anything this morning except green beans, because I actually managed to sleep in a little bit, even though Artemis, my cat, tried her best to make that not happen. She was being very annoying this morning, trying to just keep me from sleeping in at all, but I did manage to get, you know, stay in bed until like 9:30, which I usually get up at 8. So an hour and a half was pretty solid, but that meant that I didn't have as much time to wake up, which means that I didn't have as much time to prepare food and eat, and so I just had a small thing of just some green beans, and that was not sufficient. So I'm gonna go make probably a pizza, because obviously I am very health conscious, you know? And yeah, it'll be great. I'll see you guys next time when we'll continue this and we'll start heading for the endings, because that will be great. I am both very scared and very confident, because on one hand our ghouls are strong, our guns are strong, but on the other hand we couldn't handle those badgers. So, you know, if it's like, we're at a weird point where if it's like a couple Thrumbo and just like a small number of highly damaging and like high value enemies, then it's like, okay, sure, we can tank those with our ghouls and shoot them down. But if it's a bunch of small things, we probably won't be able to get all of them on the ghouls. We need more numerous ghouls. Like, as I said, if we had like 5 ghouls, we could probably distract any number of enemies with just sheer ghoul manpower. But with the current number of ghouls, just 2, we wouldn't have been able to distract all of those badgers with 1 or 2 ghouls, you know? Even if we could, even with a tough ghoul and the plating, that's still, there's gonna be enough bleed-through damage to take down that ghoul eventually, and we don't want that, because resurrecting ghouls is going to suck, and the more damage they take, the more chance they're gonna lose an arm, and thus we're gonna need to remake their hand talons, which is gonna suck. They could also possibly, you know, depending on how deeply they're getting damaged, it could destroy the stomach, which then we'd need to make more nuclear stomachs. So, all in all, we don't want any one ghoul to be taking too much damage, so having more ghouls to spread out the damage across multiple of them would be a better option. But we'll see how it goes. We'll continue to get more powerful, try to get all the good charge rifles, and life is going well so far. I am surprised. I thought we would be dead, honestly, by this point. I did not think, either dead or dead adjacent, you know? I really thought we would be in a bad position. Oh, and we have a new baby, so that'll be growing up, and hopefully someday be a new member. And we have Spook as a new member, because, you know, he can actually craft things, which we should probably get the all the farms back up and running and get the cotton flowing, so we can just have him making dusters ad infinitum, and then he will get up to good crafting skills, and then we'd be able to make the nuclear stomachs using him, and then maybe even make the charge rifles, because technically we have the materials to make that, we just haven't been able to make it because we don't have the skill. But either way, things are looking up, and I'll see you guys next time, so goodbye.